know where we left off. We were talking about the research.
How the analytics didn't match what the students said.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what did what did you actually learn? Because I imagine students reported higher.
Yeah, they. I mean, if you look at how often they watch, that sort of compared with what they said. If you look at how much of a video they actually watch, that made a big difference between what they say and what the analytics showed. And what we learned from that is not to. I mean, if you want to learn for what reason students use it, you still have to talk to them, interview them, do surveys, stuff like that. But for that. Real usage data, you can better look at what the server reports and logs. And what we learned from that is that what I do a lot with lecturers and teachers nowadays is that if they record lectures, we look at the analytics from their videos and talk with them about, okay, well, this is how the students use it and this is when they didn't use it. Because there's still often a lot of lecturers that think if they just record all their lectures and tell the students, well, my lectures are being recorded, that the students will actually use those lectures. And what those reports also show is that if you don't give students a reason to actually watch the recordings, then they won't be watching them. I mean, they come to the lecture maybe, but they won't watch the recording. And we can also show them based on those data and those reports that, for instance, in the case of a flipped classroom where students have a reason to actually watch the videos, we can show them which part of the video are being watched. And one other thing we did is if a video is a bit longer than just a couple of minutes, then it helps to just add in some additional navigation options, like you got the markers in Camtasia, where they can easily find those parts of the longer video that they actually wanna watch, so that they don't have to scroll through the video to find those parts that they actually want to watch, but just can simply click on the marker and watch those couple of seconds, couple of minutes that they were actually looking for, and that actually helps them a lot. So that means that they watch those parts of the video and not all the rest, and that's good because I mean, it's not our goal to have them watch the full video if it isn't useful. It's our goal to have them watch those parts of the videos that they actually need to solve that problem or to recap what they forgot or to fill that gap in their notes or to practice for their exam, stuff like that.
So Pierre, a question that comes to my mind, and I think you touched on a little bit of this, but I want to take a little bit further, is in your study, as you're looking through the research, did video length, I mean, I'm guessing because professors or lecturers are making videos of all sorts of length, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe some are doing like a full hour, some are doing maybe a couple minutes. And my guess is that students, obviously their behavior is affected by the length of the video that is put out. Is that accurate?
Well, it depends on how you define the behavior. They don't watch full 45 minutes lectures from the beginning to the end. The funny thing is if you look at, say, 50 students and how they rewatch those 45 minutes, they usually watch different parts of those videos. So it's one of the things we thought when we started in the research was that, well, maybe in those 45 minutes you have small slots of, say, 5-minute slots where there are tough topics that everybody watch. But it turned out that every student has a very different usage pattern of those 45 minutes. So that also makes it difficult to say, well, instead of those 45 minutes, just record those 5 minutes, and maybe the last 5 minutes. So that still shows that there is some merit in just recording the full lecture, but you have to make it easy for the students to find the parts of those 45 minutes that they actually wanna see. I know that there are a lot of people that say, well, there is a maximum of 4, 5, 6 minutes to a video. I've been talking to a lecturer last week who recorded 7 weeks worth of video, which were 30 minutes per video. And we looked at the heat map, which actually showed for those 30 minutes how many students had watched each 10-second section of that video. And it showed that almost all of the 30 minutes had been watched, a lot of those 7 videos. So it's not, I don't think it's something you can say, well, if it's more than 6 minutes, then don't do it. I think, like in general, if you can restrict the video to 6 minutes, then don't make it 30 minutes. Because I mean, but still, sometimes the longer videos are used as well. It kind of depends on what's the topic, whether it's something that actually needs those 30 minutes to explain, and if not, don't make them too long.
Well, that's interesting because I think I don't think about that. As you said, the 30 minutes. That yes, maybe there's a key point that I think it's 5 minutes is what everyone needs, but for some other students, it might be that the first 5 minutes or the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And that is you need to make sure that information's covered, and as you said, accessible. I guess that's a nice perspective that I don't think we get often, because we think, 5 minutes, you just need 5 minutes, but not every topic can be covered thoroughly to answer every student's question in just probably 5 minutes.
No.
Yeah, and even with the videos that are only 5 minutes long, you sometimes see that, say, after 1.5 minutes, students start to switch off. So if you look at the heat maps, which part of those 5 minutes are actually being watched, even then you sometimes have videos which, well, only the first 1.5 minutes get watched a lot, and I don't know, maybe the most important part of that video was in those 1.5 minutes, and then it's not a problem. Or maybe it's because you lost most students after those 1.5 minutes, and they don't understand it anymore after those 1.5 minutes, and they switch off. I mean, the thing is that what we are trying to do now is to talk to those lecturers and those professors and make them realize that they can use those analytics to see whether the videos that they create, whether they were actually useful to the students. And it might not explain them why the students stopped watching after 1.5 minutes, but then at least they know, well, maybe there's something wrong with this video. Might be worthwhile to talk to the class about it, see whether there was something in this topic that was part of that video that they didn't understand.
So, Pierre, we're going to need to wrap up the recording part of our conversation today, but last question I have, and maybe Betsy has something else, but I guess if you're an educator and you're trying to use video and make it the most effective for your students, and do you have tips or suggestions on how to gauge what students are doing with that? I mean, because it sounds like you're running some tools that will allow you to see that, but that's not just out of the box kind of standard stuff.
Well, it kind of depends. For instance, even if you look at, say, something like YouTube, YouTube has got rather advanced views where they show you how many people watched a part of a video. I've been seeing the Relay commercial a lot. I was really interested because that says as well that it shows you how students are using the videos. I don't know whether Relay has got advanced analytics in them. I know that screencasting.com doesn't have it yet. I mean, I think that's really something that you should build in as a feature request. So I think that's the more we understand that it's useful for lecturers to know how students have been using their videos, the more the standard systems will support reports like that. And so I hope by next time next year this time screencasting.com will have advanced analytics as well.
Notice you didn't say by the next 48 and 24,
Right.
because that would be never.
Not happening.
Well, who knows?
Well, you know what? Maybe we could do another one if Pierre comes in studio in Michigan.
And we go around the world.
Right. I've visited Pierre
Yes.
in the Netherlands.
And that was.
Yeah. Yep.
So, Pierre, thanks for joining us. Betsy, any last questions that you wanted to?
I don't have any questions.
Yeah, that's fine.
at
That's
this
fine.
point.
We're gonna wrap up the video. Pierre, stay with us for a minute, and thanks everyone for tuning in. We're coming in on the home stretch, and we'll be back right after this.